What's up guys, Boss here, and I am back. So as you guys know, it has been, I think at this point, about a week since I've done, my typical videos where I have, like a face cam and I'm recording from home. My last video, for those of you who saw it, it was a full screen video, and that's because I didn't bring my recording equipment with me while I was gone. I was in Helsinki, Finland watching the World Finals, which was super, super exciting. As a lot of you guys probably know, Mohamed Light won, and Morton, unfortunately, yet again, got second place. I was rooting for him, so it's really upsetting to see him, fall short again, but still he did a really good job, and Mohamed Light deserved it. I mean, he is without a doubt the best player in the game. So this was one of the decks used a few times at the World Finals. Mega Knight Ramrider definitely back in this deck with the Mighty Miner. It's got really good defense, Mighty Miner, Ewiz, and then the offense is really good, of course, Mother Witch, Ramrider, and the Mega Knight. So before we hand the first game, if you guys would like to support me, use my credit code Boston any Supercell game. So I did a little bit of pushing. I was actually as soon as I got back, I was at like 7,200 because I didn't play much ladder at all for like a week straight. So I climbed up like 400 trophies. Since I got back like about a day ago. I wanted to climb up a bit before I started recording, and I did do that for you guys. So now we're in a pretty good position. We're going to try to keep climbing up more, and I'll see you guys when we find the first match. And yeah, guys, it is good to be back. Like, I'm glad to be back home, I guess, because I can, like, record videos, but I would have probably liked to spend another couple days there because the traveling was kind of crazy. Like, on the way there and back, it's like a 12 hours of flying, because for me, it's like a 9-hour flight to Germany, and then from Germany to Helsinki, that's like another, like, 2-3 hours. So it's like, it was a long, and quite a lot of traveling. But the time I did spend there was, incredible because it was my first time ever traveling internationally. So it was great to see the World Finals live. My next video, I might do a video basically showcasing the deck that officially won $250,000, Mohamed Light's, final game, essentially. Maybe that'll be what my next video is. We'll see. Because I remember that's what people did when Mugi won the World Finals. They did like the $200,000 deck, I think. Now it's the $250,000 deck that Mohamed Light used to, clench his #1 spot against Morton. And yeah, all I have to say was super hyped to watch in person. I would say it was definitely more exciting than the 2019 World Finals I saw in person in LA. I didn't get invited to that one, but I decided to go kind of like, anyway, because it's in the US, so it wasn't like, as expensive as this otherwise would have been, like, if I didn't get invited. So, yeah, but anyway, we're against Expo here. I would say Expo's like a pretty bad matchup for this deck. Like, Expo's not used a lot in the meta, so you don't need to worry about it, like, too much, but I for sure think it's kind of hard because you, like, I feel like Poison, even though it's, like, decent against it, it's not really that great because it still has a lot of health even when you poison it, and it just stays alive for a really long time. So see what we can do, though. I think we go Mega Knight here, and then if he decides to go for a Queen next to the, yeah, I'm for sure going to poison that. That's great value for me, so why not? And then he'll use the, oh no, he didn't use the Queen ability, actually. He's going to save it, it looks like. He doesn't, he goes in for a Collector again. It's going to stay alive, but it should be okay because it'll just... Oh, nice, he messed that up. It's not even going to get any damage. So if we play perfect defense here, we might actually be able to win this one. I was thinking of poisoning that, but I think it's better not to. I need to really save it for the Expo. Like, he's trying to bait out our poisons, but I think we need to use it on the Queens or the Expos because we're going to get, of course, more value. So I'm going to send the Mighty Miner in the opposite lane. Let's see here. So yeah, so far we're still winning, but Triple Elixir is going to get pretty crazy, I feel like, so we need to be kind of careful. I might poison this. Let's see what he does here. He actually does let the Mega Knight jump on. We don't need to do anything else, so that's great, of course. And it even jumps on... Oh, no, it didn't jump on the Queen, sadly. Okay, so there's the Expo again. I'm going to go for a poison. I think we're just going to let the Queen get the damage on my tower because we still have the lead and I don't want to overcommit. We're approaching triple here. It's getting pretty stressful. Might not talk much throughout the rest of the match because I kind of need to focus here, and yeah, triple will of course be very chaotic, I think. So I'm going to Mega Knight in the back. He might go for an Expo here, let's see. So he goes in for his Z-Spirit, let's go for a Barb Barrel here. Mighty Miner, and okay, he already used the ability. I'm a little confused why he's not going in for... Okay, there's the Expo finally. That's what I was going to say. Like, I'm surprised he's not going in for it. I'm going to try to kill this without poisoning, because he has so many pumps down. He's going to try to get back to another Expo in the other lane, I think. Actually not. So this is going quite well. Better than I anticipated. Like, I thought this matchup would have been a lot harder, but it turns out because we have so many tanks, we're able to just kind of like defend the Expo really easily. So even though we weren't able to get much damage this game, like as you can see, he's got a lot of health on his towers. He barely dealt anything to our towers. So we're able to win this one. A very, very defensive game, but that's the way we wanted to play it. I feel like if we went for Ramrodders, that would have essentially given him a chance of like getting damage, because he probably would have gone, he could have gone like defensive expos or even played like an offensive one and paired it with like barbs, and he would have, and like yeah, he had barbarians, which is an amazing counter to the Ramrider since we didn't have fireball. So I think we played that exactly how we needed to. It was kind of like a boring match, but I feel like when you play against Expo, it's pretty boring anyway. Now we're top 300, so yeah, I mean, pretty much had to play it like that. Let's head into the next game. Alright, found a game here against Dennis. So he's gonna go Fire Spirit, we'll go Barb Barrel on it. So Fire Spirit probably could be like a bunch of different things. It's usually some sort of cycle deck, but now we see it's Royal Hogs. So it's probably Royal Hogs Queen. We're gonna need a pressure here so he can't activate the King Tower, because he's definitely gonna try to, or if I didn't go for that Mighty Miner, he definitely would have attempted to. Off of the Mega Knight, like going for a Fire Spirit in front. And it's also really good to be aggressive if they go like pigs really aggressively, you know, like first play of the game, and you Mega Knight on them. In single, it's very hard for them to defend your Mega Knight counter push, as you saw. So this is going to be a little annoying, but luckily the Barb Barrel is able to take out that Queen. If it didn't and the Queen stayed alive, that would have been a really big problem, but luckily we still have the lead. And I feel like this matchup in double could even be slightly better than it is in single, just because we have a more expensive deck than him. But yeah, I don't know. The problem is the poison doesn't kill the Queen, so it's not like super easy. I don't even know if it's a good matchup for us, but because we had a really good start, we're hopefully able to, yeah, win this one and like be in a decent situation. Let's see here. I'm just gonna use the ability to damage the cannon because we're like full on elixir anyway. We'll go Ewas here, and if he goes Queen, we'll poison. Okay, he goes EQ. Let's just go Barb Barrel, I guess. This is really annoying because of the EQ cycle. I'm just going to poison the Queen. And he's just going to log this, obviously. Yeah, I don't even think this matchup is that good. We just happen to have a really good start. But this doesn't seem very good because he's just able to, like, EQ cycle. So we're going to have to get pretty aggressive soon. Otherwise, he's just going to win this by spell damage. There we go. That was a good chunk of damage we just got there. We needed that for sure. I guess we probably will just go Ghost to take out the Queen. Okay, he kind of messed up the cannon. It's a good poison. Okay. That was pretty close. Yeah, I don't even think that that was that good of a matchup, to be honest, because it was so close, and we got all that damage at the beginning. I think he lost just because of, just the, you know, the cannon. There was, like, a misclick cannon he did, and also the beginning of the game. Alright, we're in our next match here. This guy is not gonna do anything, so I guess we could just probably go Barb Barrel. See what he does. He just arrows it. Okay, so it could be lava, but it's too soon to tell. Like, it could be something else, like, kind of off meta, but usually arrows means lava, or, like, Giant Graveyard or something. I'm gonna Ramrodder since he's not doing anything, and then we'll go Mother Witch here. Okay, he's got Bowler, so it'll be Giant Graveyard. The Bowler's gonna get a lot of value in this match, because it's really good against the Ramrodder, and also it's pretty good against the Mother Witch and the Ewiz as well. But what's really good is we do have Poison for the Graveyard. Okay, maybe not the best Skeleton King by him, because we're able to send the Mighty Miner in the other lane. Well, the Skeleton still got some damage, unfortunately, but not too much, and now we know what the deck is, so should be alright. I don't think it's like that bad of a matchup because, yeah, we do have Mother Witch and Poison, but the Bowler is going to be really good against the Ramrodder, so I don't know how we're going to get a Ramrodder to the tower. It would be... I guess the way to do it would be if his Bowler's out of cycle and we go in the opposite lane with it, but he also's got a Scar Me, so that'll make it kind of difficult to do that as well. Oh, nice. The Ewiz is going to be great against his Inferno Drag, so that's actually probably a good thing that he's got an Inferno Drag. It's kind of like good for me, I would say. I'm gonna go for a Mega Knight here. Oh, that was not a... Oh, what? I didn't think that... I didn't realize I was gonna block it. So that was a pretty good Skeleton King. I was thinking it was bad, but because it blocked it, it was actually quite good. That was a good play by him. I'm just gonna go Mighty Miner. He's gonna go Zappies. We can go ahead and poison those because I still have Mother Witch for the graveyard. So yeah, we'll do this, go Ewiz like that, and this should be a pretty easy defense. I'm actually a little bit confused why he even... I'm gonna go Poison here because I think he's gonna have to go... no, he didn't have to go for Scar Me, but even though he didn't, it was still, I think, a good Poison because we ended up taking out the Skeletons, and that Mighty Miner's on the tower. It's not getting reset by the Zappies, so yeah, it's gonna be GG. Not too bad. I mean, when you have Poison and Mother Witch, Graveyard is typically not too hard. But with that being said, in the World Finals, actually, Mohamed Light was, or actually it was Morton using this deck. He played against Mohamed Light, and Mohamed Light was using Graveyard Freeze. And Mohamed Light ended up winning against this exact deck. But I think it was a little different because he was using Freeze, and the Freeze is actually really solid against the Mother Witch because, let's say the Poison's out of cycle, right? And you go Mother Witch to counter the Graveyard, and then they just freeze it. You might not be able to do anything. And then if they have, like, the Bowler behind, they can, like, NATO the Ewiz up front. Or, like, Mighty Miner line it on the tower. So it's, like, it's not actually, like, as easy. But I would say, like, Splash Yard should be, like, really easy. Like, the Tombstone Graveyard deck. Because the Mother Witch gets really good value against the Tombstone. And I think the Ramrodder's really difficult for Splash Yard players to deal with. Because unlike, you know, Bowler Freeze Graveyard, they don't have the Bowler, right? So they're not able to deal with it that well. So Barb Barrel on the Gun Barrel there. We'll go Mighty Miner. Okay, that's really annoying. I'm hoping he's probably not able to defend this counter push because he was so aggressive. Let's see. I'm going to go for a Ram Rider. I guess the cannon probably does pull that, doesn't it? But, oh, it's going to die, actually. Before the Ram Rider... Okay, that should be GG. Yeah, his fault. He overcommitted so much. I don't know why he was so aggressive. I mean, it kind of felt a little strange. I don't know. I mean, Logbait's supposed to be aggressive, but I think he kind of overdid it there by quite a lot. So, we'll just go Ghost, I think. Yeah, in the back, though, I don't want to play it at the bridge, because I'm pretty sure he's back to his Mighty Miner, so it wouldn't really be that great of an idea to just play it aggressively at the bridge. So he decides to go for a Goblin Barrel before going for his Mighty Miner. That's quite interesting. We'll go Mother Witch here, and then if he sends it in the other lane, I'll have my Ewiz ready, or I could, of course, go for my own Mighty Miner. Both of those options should work pretty nicely. So we'll just go for a Mighty Miner here. So go for a Princess, so we'll just go ahead and poison that. I mean, we don't really need to be too aggressive because we have a... Okay, we can go now. Well, it's funny because I said, like, not be too aggressive, but because he decided to play the cannon in a position that doesn't pull the Ram Rider, it was a good idea to go in there, and we get a charge. And my Mighty Miner is going to kill his Mighty Miner, so that was a really, really good push for us. Kind of a not very good Princess, I would say, because even though he got damage, that gives us more counter push. We're going to go for a Ram Rider here. And yeah, I do not think this matchup is at all bad for Logbait, but if they're too aggressive and don't play their defense too well, like this guy, you definitely can lose. And that's kind of exactly what happened. I feel like this guy was over-aggressive when he shouldn't have been, and he just kind of... I don't know, his defense did not feel that good. So we were able to get the win against one of the most broken decks in the meta, this Logbait Mighty Miner deck. I'm a little surprised Log isn't in the work in progress balance changes. I think Log is incredibly broken, and I would have liked to see it get a nerf, but I guess we'll have to wait at least one more round of balances before that happens. And yeah, this will probably be our last game of the video, because I think I showed 4 games. There were some losses I didn't show, because a couple of them were just straight up really dumb losses, because they were complete hard counters. It was against, like, P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam is probably one of the hardest matchups for this deck, because P.E.K.K.A. is really good against the Mega Knight, and Ewiz is really good against the Mighty Miner. So it's just pretty hard. So those were, like, 2 of the losses I had, and I did not think those were great to show, because they just kind of had a hard counter. They didn't really, like, outplay me, and there's not too much to learn from the matches. So he's got a cannon cart. I'm gonna go the ability here, and I might go Ram Rider. It's like a bit aggressive, but we have the Mighty Miner in the front, so why not? Yeah, and he just spent 7 there, so I guess it's fine. Those Mega Knight in the back. I think we were up like a couple elixir when I played that Mega Knight. Mother Witch could get good value this match, especially if he doesn't have a Fireball. So he goes Miner. It's maybe he's got a Minion Horde. I'm not really sure what variation of mortar he's running, because obviously there's a few different variants. Barbell coming in here on the cannon cart. We'll just go Ghost here. I'm gonna go Mother Witch to get some pigs going here. It's only gonna get 2 because it didn't hit the other one. Oh, Log took it out. That was unfortunate. If it didn't, I was gonna go Mighty Miner in front. Okay, you guys got guards are gonna be very good for him in this match. They're great against the Mighty Miner and the Ewiz. I would just say in general they get a lot of value against bridge spam type of decks, because of course if he plays them further back, Barbell can't reach them. I'm gonna go Ram Rider in the back here. So he goes in for a Miner. I'm gonna Barbell it, I guess. And oh, cool. Ram Rider probably takes out the cannon cart. Yes, it does. Nice. Let's go Ewiz in the back. Logs that. Okay. We'll just go Mega Knight in the back. Try to set up a push. So Mortar is quite good against the Ram Rider. It's just a good solid building for it. So see how we're going to break through that. It's not going to be easy. And the cannon cart gets him a lot of value as well. So we're going to go for a poison here. Let's go defensive miner. And I don't know if he's going to mortar again or what his game plan is. Yeah, he does. I'm just going to let it lock on because I need to try to build up a push. This is, I feel like, the only way we're going to win this, but the only problem is, yeah, he does have minion horde. And I used my ability so I can't kill it. It just got, like, infinite amount of value. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, I didn't know he had it, so there was pretty much no way I could have avoided that. It would have been good if he didn't have it, because I had, like, a massive amount of elixir down, but the 5 elixir minion horde killed it all, because I didn't have my Mighty Miner ability available. So yeah, this is probably going to be GG, unless he screws up. Probably a bad matchup, but had I known he had Minion Horde and that was going to happen, I would have defended that differently. Or I would have defended the Mortar, I mean. So Poison's going to be good here. Ability on top of the tower. Got a lot of value, actually, for only 1 elixir. And it's also... Wow, that got quite a lot of damage. Go Mother Witch here. Definitely going to Magonite the Miner. I can't let it get damage. He's already winning by a decent amount. Who knows? It's not over yet. We could get something going in triple, I suppose. Minion Horde is going to be attacked by the tower, so maybe not the best Minion Horde. Mighty Miner here. Go Ghost. Barbell this. Oh, that's huge that just got on the tower. He might have just threw. Because the cannon cart locked on the tower. The thing is, though, is that was kind of impossible to defend the cannon cart and also defend the right. Like, we probably would have lost anyway, but... Oh, well, I don't really care that much. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Sorry if I sounded like I didn't have, like... If I was, like, talking a little different or had, like, a little, like, I don't know. It sounded like I was commentating, like, a little differently. I'm a little bit kind of tired, probably from all the traveling. It usually takes like a couple days to recover, I think. I guess it's like what you'd call jet lag. I'm actually recording this way earlier than I normally do. Though, like, good thing the trip did, I guess, is it kind of did fix my sleep schedule, because I was, before I went on the trip, going to sleep at like 4 or 5 a.m., and now it's kind of fixed. The last couple nights I've actually been going to sleep at like 11 p.m., like midnight, so it's kind of fixed my sleep schedule. The only thing is, though, is end of the season's coming up, and that ends at 4 a.m. for me, so I'm probably going to stay up till 4 a.m. And then that might ruin again, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did end up enjoying it. Make sure to like it if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already, and like I said, my next video might be the deck that won $250,000 on the final game of the World Finals. We'll see, but thanks again, until next time.